I erased it. That's not true. Okay. Anyway, what's the last thing about my children? The third again, the third of the Frankie under my age. There's a lot of my age, but the third of them. Okay. Controlling elite, indirect. Okay, directly 10% guaranteed. Guaranteed 10%. Yeah, I would not contest that. I think that's yeah. But in terms of indirect, yeah, they control everything. But thankfully, practically all of them are Democrat. So against the balance, that's a huge sigh of relief. Massive, huge sigh of relief. Which is understand when nobody's really going crazy. Oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that. Anyway, it's bad. Brian, I only analyzed, I guess, fully kind of well most things. This one, the 36 cards. This Brian Shelton one. Now, it's easy. It's categorized. I did it by age. Gosh, no, okay. In my state, blue, red, blue order. Yeah, I did that. I did tell it to my state, like, yeah, my state, and Republican Senator House. So doing that, you get a sense of, right away, it's easy. Categories. So you want to learn something fast in a category. And next time, stereotype it. So the Democrat, you gotta get it. You know what the core Democrat characteristics are. And the interesting is, well, it's not interest about one of the core concepts of Democrats, urban, in big cities. Okay, so a lot of these redneck, Republicans, yeah, urban, no, we're outside rural, that's right, Democrat urban, yeah. The farms and all that. That's why they don't like government intervention, because government will say something about the person, right? And then they feel like it's encroaching on the way because they live off the land, which is great, live off the land. And then there's all these laws and stuff they don't like when government encroaches. So, and I can understand that. So once you understand why people the way they are, there's less friction. There's more understanding. There's more. That's why it's good if you can to explain to people, because a lot of it is simply curiosity. But you can only go so far. You have to be careful on what you reveal. Okay, but obviously practically, conventionally, yeah. That's why people, why there's so much misunderstanding, so much hatred, there's so much conflict, because people don't understand each other. Yeah, but I think the point here is that seeing how most of it's almost a third of the Frankie are under my age, the age yeah, simple. So things. So a third of them are Frankie, and that's just going on. These people 10% direct control of everything, and then meaning 90 plus possibly as high 9% indirect. So again, a third of them Frankie are controlling 10% directly, and then possibly as high as 9% indirect. Could be higher than that. Okay, I don't know yet. I mean indirectly, I control everything. And but a third of them are under my age. Okay, but a third of them. That means the whole plan's really being controlled by children. That means people at the age of my siblings. Okay, and the whole plan's being controlled by babies. We're the city I'm at, one of the youngest mayors. Everyone's getting limited to Congress under the age of 30. Mayors are getting by 20. Okay, they get younger, smarter in some ways too, but they don't have the experience and knowledge of the old ways. But it's always like that. The new technology, they get advantage. It's always balanced by the naturalistic tendencies, more proclivities, more in that direction of the older generation. But I guess the thing is that you see more older people staying in government, so they have to balance something. But the old folk, they're off the rocker, right? They're so old, they get strokes or whatever. What's Mitch McConnell? So mainly in the human history, it's never been this many people working class. They're around 30-year-olds, right? So the whole planet is being run by children. I mean, I always say it tongue in cheek, but it really is being run by children. This would explain a lot. Yeah. But again, balance. Back then, people didn't know as much. So these children they have a lot of knowledge and talent, but what they don't have is balanced out by what the older generation has. So it's always this precipice of, it's like when I was growing up since for many decades now, it's a sense of, and there's no way to say it, it's a sense of dread of something like, I guess like some kind of horseman of apocalypse. You see it, it's so how do I get rid of that apocalypse? How do I get rid of that I mean, feelings. I guess upbringing, people with good upbringing, they don't have this kind of anxiety. So how do you get rid of that feeling? I guess in a sense, of course, everyone's feeling that, but yeah, I don't know. So every day, a lot of times, I get good news, but at the same time, balance up by some kind of earth-shattering revelation. So it's a balance, but I like to keep my head on high. So we'll see after I got full evaluation. I should finish. I'm going to definitely finish by in this weekly cycle. All 36. It's definitely like 35. It's like 30 to 50, 30.